Hello, and welcome back. Tonight, we lift our eyes from the earth and look toward the infinite. Above us lies a sea of light, a silent, glowing map of the past. Each star you see is a sun, a distant furnace of energy, and a witness to the birth of time. Before we drift into the cosmos, if you find peace in these celestial journeys, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your presence helps us keep the light of this channel burning bright. Take a moment to realize that you are not just looking at the stars, you are part of them. The very atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of dying suns billions of years ago. Tonight, we return home. Let us travel through the stars. Fact 1. The cradle of stars. Every star in the universe begins its life in a place of absolute beauty and chaos, a nebula. These are vast clouds of gas and dust stretching across hundreds of light years. Inside these stellar nurseries, gravity pulls the dust together until it becomes so hot and dense that a star is born. When you look at the Great Nebula in Orion, you are looking at the laboratory of creation. It is a place where light and shadow dance together to form new suns. This reminds us that even in the cold, dark vacuum of space, there is a constant process of birth and renewal. Life begins in the clouds, fueled by the invisible hand of gravity, creating the light that will eventually illuminate the universe. Fact 2. The twinkle is an illusion. When we look at the night sky, the stars seem to twinkle like diamonds, but this is actually a trick of our own atmosphere. In the vacuum of space, stars shine with a steady, unmoving light. The twinkling happens because the light from a star must travel through layers of Earth's atmosphere, which is filled with moving pockets of hot and cold air. This air acts like a distorted lens, bending the light as it passes through. By the time that light reaches your eyes, it has been tossed around, making it appear to flicker. It is a beautiful reminder that our perception of reality is often shaped by the medium through which we see it. The truth is steady. The illusion is in the journey. Fact 3. The colors of temperature. Not all stars are white. If you look closely, you will see stars that are blue, yellow, orange, and deep red. These colors are a direct map of the star's surface temperature. Surprisingly, red stars are the coolest, while blue stars are the hottest, burning with an intensity that is unimaginable to us. Our own sun is a yellow dwarf, a medium-temperature star that provides the perfect balance of warmth for life. The color of a star tells the story of its energy and its age. It's like a cosmic rainbow, showing us that the universe is not a monochrome void, but a vibrant, colorful canvas where heat and light define the character of every celestial body in the sky. Fact 4. The speed of the past. When you look at the stars, you are literally looking back in time. Light travels incredibly fast, but the universe is so vast that it still takes years, centuries, or even millennia for that light to reach Earth. When you see the star Sirius, you are seeing it as it was 8 years ago. When you look at more distant stars, you might be seeing light that began its journey before the pyramids were built. Some stars you see tonight may have already died thousands of years ago, but their final ghost of light is only just now reaching your eyes. We are surrounded by the history of the universe, living in a present that is illuminated by the beautiful echoes of the ancient past. Fact 5. The Diamond Star, Lucy. Deep in the constellation of Centaurus, there is a star that has captured the imagination of scientists and poets alike. It is a white dwarf named BPM 37093, but it is better known as Lucy. This star is essentially a massive diamond in the sky. As stars like our Sun age and run out of fuel, they collapse into dense cores of carbon and oxygen. Over billions of years, this core cools and crystallizes. Lucy is a diamond that is 2,500 miles across, weighing 10 billion trillion carats. It is a staggering thought. A sun that has spent its life giving light, only to turn into the most precious and enduring stone in the universe. It shows us that the end of one journey is often the beginning of a magnificent new form. Fact 6. The loneliness of Voyager. In the 1970s, humanity sent a message into the stars aboard the Voyager spacecraft. It carries a golden record filled with the sounds of Earth, the song of a whale, the laughter of a child, and the music of our cultures. Voyager is now the most distant human-made object, traveling through the silent, dark space between the stars. It will take 40,000 years before it even comes close to another star system. Voyager is a lonely messenger, a tiny mechanical soul carrying the memory of our existence into the eternal dark. It reminds us of our deep desire to be known and our courage to reach out into the vastness of the cosmos, hoping that one day, someone among the stars might hear our song. Fact 7. Neutron stars and density. Nature can compress matter into states that defy our understanding of reality. When a massive star explodes in a supernova, its core can collapse into a neutron star. These objects are only about 12 miles wide, the size of a small city, but they are so dense that a single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh 1 billion tons. If you could stand on its surface, the gravity would be 2 billion times stronger than on Earth. These stars spin hundreds of times per second, flashing like cosmic lighthouses. They are the ultimate expression of power and density, proving that the universe can pack the energy of an entire sun into a space no larger than a mountain. Fact 8. The giants of the sky. Our sun is massive, but compared to the giants of the universe, it is like a grain of sand. The star Scuti is one of the largest known stars. If you replaced our sun with Scuti, its surface would extend past the orbit of Jupiter, swallowing Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars whole. It is so large that it would take a light beam 7 hours to travel around its circumference, compared to just 14 seconds for our sun. These red hypergiants are at the end of their lives, puffed up like massive glowing balloons. They remind us of the incredible scale of the cosmos, a place where objects can be so large they challenge our ability to even imagine them. Fact 9. The black hole's shadow. In the center of almost every galaxy, including our own Milky Way, there is a star that has collapsed so completely that not even light can escape its grasp, a supermassive black hole. These are the anchors of the universe, around which billions of stars dance in a slow, eternal spiral. A black hole is a place where space and time are twisted into a single point of infinite density. While they seem like monsters that devour everything, they are also the architects of galaxies, holding the stars in place with their immense gravity. They are the dark hearts of the cosmos, reminding us that even in the most absolute darkness, there is a force that creates order and structure for the light. Fact 10. The music of the spheres. Space is a vacuum, which means sound waves cannot travel through it. However, the stars are not silent. They vibrate and pulse with internal waves of energy, much like the ringing of a bell. Scientists use a technique called astroseismology to listen to these vibrations by measuring the subtle changes in a star's brightness. When these vibrations are converted into sound, we hear deep, haunting hums and melodic whistles. Every star has its own unique song, a celestial harmony that has been playing since the beginning of time. This is the real music of the spheres. It suggests that the universe is not a silent void, but a vibrating field of energy, singing a song that we are only just beginning to hear. Fact 11. The death of a sun. One day, about 5 billion years from now, our own sun will begin its final transformation. It will run out of hydrogen and begin to expand, becoming a red giant. It will grow so large that it will swallow the inner planets, and the sky of Earth will be filled with a massive orange sun. But this is not an end. It is a return to the stars. The sun will eventually shed its outer layers, creating a beautiful planetary nebula that will glow for thousands of years. The carbon and oxygen it creates will drift into space, becoming the seeds for new stars and perhaps new life. The death of a star is the ultimate act of generosity, giving its very substance back to the universe. Fact 12. Binary stars, twin suns. In the movies, we often see planets with two suns setting on the horizon, but in reality, this is more common than having just one sun. Over half of the stars in the Milky Way galaxy are part of a binary or multiple star system. These stars are locked in a gravitational embrace, orbiting each other in a graceful, eternal dance. Some are so close that they pull gas away from each other, while others are separated by vast distances. Imagine living on a world where the shadows are never completely dark and where the sky holds two different colors of light. These twin suns remind us that companionship is a fundamental law of the universe, even in the lonely reaches of deep space. Fact 13. The galactic year. The Earth travels around the sun in 1 year, but the sun itself is also traveling. It is moving at 500,000 miles per hour around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Even at this incredible speed, it takes the sun about 230 million years to complete just one full orbit. This is called a galactic year. The last time the sun was in its current position in the galaxy, the first dinosaurs were just beginning to appear on Earth. We are passengers on a cosmic carousel, moving through the stars on a journey so long that human history is just a tiny blink of an eye. It puts our lives into perspective, showing us that we are part of a grand, slow motion that spans the ages. Fact 14. The Goldilocks zone. Around many stars, there is a specific region known as the Goldilocks zone. This is the area where it is not too hot and not too cold, but just right for liquid water to exist on the surface of a planet. Astronomers have discovered thousands of planets orbiting other stars, and many of them lie within this magic circle. This suggests that the universe may be teeming with life, hidden among the billions of stars in our galaxy. Each star is a potential sun for another world, another civilization, another story. The Goldilocks zone is a reminder of how rare and precious the conditions for life are, and how the stars act as the guardians of that life, providing the energy needed for existence. Fact 15. The Pillars of Creation. One of the most iconic images of the stars is the Pillars of Creation located in the Eagle Nebula. These massive towers of gas and dust are several light years tall. They look like giant fingers reaching into the dark, but they are actually clouds of hydrogen gas that are being sculpted by the intense radiation of nearby young stars. Inside these pillars, gravity is pulling gas together to form new star systems. However, some scientists believe that a nearby supernova may have already destroyed these pillars, and we are only seeing them because the light of their destruction hasn't reached us yet.
They are a monument to the cycle of destruction and creation, showing us that beauty can exist even in the face of vanishing.
Fact 16. The galaxy's ghostly glow. When you look at the Milky Way on a dark night, you see a cloudy, milky band of light stretching across the sky. This is the combined light of billions of stars that are too far away to see individually. For most of human history, people didn't know what this glow was. Some thought it was a path for the gods, others a river of milk. It wasn't until Galileo used a telescope that we realized it was made of stars. This ghostly glow is our home, a city of stars 300 billion strong. It reminds us that we are small, but we belong to something immense. We are one small light in a vast, glowing community of suns, all held together by the invisible threads of gravity. Fact 17. The supernova's gift. A supernova is the most violent event in the universe, the explosion of a massive star. For a few weeks, a single supernova can outshine an entire galaxy of hundreds of billions of stars. But these explosions are not just destructive, they are the reason we exist. In the intense heat of a supernova, the heavy elements like iron, gold, and uranium are created. Without these explosions, the universe would only contain simple gases. Every piece of gold in a ring, every bit of iron in your blood was created in a supernova billions of years ago. We are literally made of exploded stars. The death of a distant sun was the price paid for our life today. We are the universe experiencing itself through the eyes of stardust. Fact 19. The speed of light trap. The speed of light is the universal speed limit, 186,000 miles per second. Nothing can travel faster. This creates a strange trap for us. Even if we could build a spaceship that traveled at the speed of light, it would still take us 4 years to reach the nearest star and 100,000 years to cross our own galaxy. The stars are close enough to see, but too far to touch. This distance creates a sense of sacred isolation. It keeps the civilizations of the universe apart, allowing each to grow in its own unique way. The speed of light is the wall that protects the mysteries of the stars, ensuring that some journeys remain the property of the imagination and the soul. Fact 20. The dark energy mystery. Stars are the visible part of the universe, but they only make up about 5% of what is actually there. The rest is made of dark matter and dark energy, invisible forces that we cannot see or touch, but that control the fate of the stars. Dark energy is currently pushing the galaxies apart, making the universe expand faster and faster every second. Billions of years from now, the galaxies will be so far apart that the night sky will become completely black, with no stars visible at all. We live in a lucky age, a golden era where the stars are close enough to illuminate our nights. It reminds us to cherish the light we have now, for the universe is in a constant state of change. Fact 20. The spirituality of the sky. Conclusion. Throughout history, every culture has looked at the stars and found meaning. We have used them to navigate oceans, to time our harvests, and to build our religions. The stars remind us that there is something much larger than our daily worries. They provide a sense of perspective that humbles the ego and uplifts the spirit. When you look at the stars, you are looking at the same lights that your ancestors saw thousands of years ago. They are the eternal witnesses of human history. As you close your eyes tonight, remember that you are a child of the stars. You carry their light within you. You are part of the grand, glowing mystery of the cosmos.